In 1964, a family appeared on our screens to prove that the strange, the dark, and the macabre could also be endearing. The Addams family was nothing like us. And that's exactly why we loved them. 60 years later, it's worth asking, what happened to the actors who brought this unforgettable family to life? The answer, in many cases, is as dark as the Addams mansion itself. This is their story. Let's begin with the man who turned love into an extreme sport. John Astin brought Gomez Addams to life, the most passionate and eccentric patriarch in television history. A man who melted every time Morticia spoke a word in French, who delighted in blowing up model trains, and who practiced fencing in his living room with the same energy other fathers reserved for reading the newspaper. Remarkably, at 94 years old, John Astin is still with us, still active, still shining. Until shortly before the pandemic, he taught acting classes at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, passing his passion on to new generations. His last on-screen role was in Starship 2 in 2011, where he played the eccentric Professor Peabody, and in recent years, he has lent his voice to various animation and audio projects. John Astin is, without a doubt, the living legacy of this series. If Gomez was fire, Morticia was the elegant shadow that embraced it. Carolyn Jones portrayed Morticia with a dark grace that no one has fully replicated, always in black, always serene, always unsettling. She was the woman who cared for her carnivorous plant Cleopatra with more tenderness than many show their pets, and who strolled through the family cemetery as if it were a rose garden. But off-screen, Carolyn Jones's life was a quiet battle. She was diagnosed with colon cancer, a disease she fought for years while continuing to work. She had memorable appearances in series like Roots and Wonder Woman, but her body could no longer keep up. In 1983, Carolyn Jones passed away at the age of 53. Gone too soon, but Morticia Addams will live forever. Long before Tim Burton's Wednesday existed, there was a wide-eyed girl with black braids who redefined what it meant to be strange. Lisa Loring played Wednesday Addams with a mix of unsettling seriousness and charm. She was the child who didn't want to play with others, who carried her decapitated doll, named Marie Antoinette after the queen who lost her head, and who occasionally got into mischief with her brother Pugsley. Lisa Loring's Hollywood career wasn't extensive, but she never abandoned her fans. For years, she attended conventions and pop culture events, always willing to revisit that magical time. Since 2002, she worked in public relations for a hotel chain in the United States. She was married twice, first to actor Jerry Butler and later to actor Doug Stevenson. In January 2023, Lisa Loring passed away at the age of 64 after suffering a stroke. The world said goodbye to what she always was, the original and irreplaceable Wednesday. Every child who watched the Addams family wanted to be friends with Pugsley. The youngest member of the family had a mischievous energy that perfectly contrasted with his sister's seriousness. Ken Weatherwax brought that character to life with natural charm. But like many child actors, life after success was not easy. When the series ended, Weatherwax was only 17 and Hollywood had few roles waiting for him. He made a decision few expected. He joined the United States Army. Years later, he found his place behind the scenes, working as a set builder and recording technician on various projects between 1992 and 2002. Ken Weatherwax passed away in 2014 at the age of 59. Pugsley Addams lives on in our memory. If we had to choose the most eccentric character in an already eccentric family, it would be Uncle Fester, a man capable of lighting a bulb with his mouth and placing his head in a vice as if it were the most natural thing in the world. Jackie Coogan portrayed him with an infectious joy that lit up every scene. But Jackie Coogan's story goes far beyond the Addams family. As a child, he starred alongside none other than Charlie Chaplin in one of the most iconic films in cinema history, The Kid, 1921. He was a child star who earned fortunes and lost almost all of them because at the time, the law did not protect minors' earnings. His case became so influential that in 1939, California passed the Coogan Law, which still protects child actors' income today. The Addams family gave Coogan a late career renaissance. He passed away in 1984 at the age of 69 due to heart problems, leaving behind a legacy spanning nearly 7 decades of entertainment history. There was no ignoring Lurch. He was imposing, silent, and absolutely fascinating. Ted Cassidy stood over 2 meters tall and had a deep voice that could make furniture tremble. Though the Addams family butler rarely spoke, when he did, everyone listened. Cassidy also provided the hand for the mysterious character Thing, the disembodied hand that emerged from a box to help the family with daily tasks. Beyond the Addams family, Cassidy had a notable career, including his role as the villain, Harvey Logan, in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, alongside Paul Newman and Robert Redford. His life, however, was far too short. Ted Cassidy suffered from acromegaly, a condition caused by excessive growth hormone production, which severely affected his health over the years. He passed away in 1979 at the age of 46, following complications from heart surgery. He appeared in 24 films and left a mark no other actor could replicate. And now we come to the walking mystery of the Addams family. Cousin It may have looked like a bundle of hair, but behind that appearance was a true performer. Felix Silla was the man who gave movement, personality, and charm to that faceless character. Throughout his career, Silla worked in dozens of Hollywood productions, often in roles requiring a unique physical presence or unconventional performance. Felix Silla passed away in April 2021 at the age of 84 due to pancreatic cancer. Until the end, he was remembered with great affection by Addams fans and by the entire industry that knew him. 60 years have passed since that peculiar, dark, and wonderfully dysfunctional family entered our lives. Most of its actors are no longer with us. Some left too soon, others left legacies that transcend generations. But the Addams family remains, black and white, yet as alive as ever. Because in the end, what this series taught us is that it doesn't matter how strange you are, how different you feel from the world around you. There will always be a family that understands you. And that, dear friends, is priceless. If this video brought back memories, moved you, or simply made you smile, leave me a comment below. Who was your favorite Addams family character? And if you want to keep traveling back in time with us, here's the next video. I'll see you there.